Bowser, the king of the Koopas. He is strong, he is merciless. However, he is a loving guy and a great singer. So today I'm going to tell you a story on how he was made from just an idea to a moving and stable character. My name is Caleb and this is the Villain Forge. Before we begin, for the people out there who haven't seen any of my Villain Forge episodes, here's what happens. I will be sketching the villain character I am talking about and hoping you rate it from 1 to 5. With that said, here's the reference picture I'll be using and let's begin.
Ho ho ho, wedding bells!
Now, Bowser is the main villain in the video game adapted movie named The Super Mario Bros. He is the main antagonist of the Nintendo's Mario franchise, going way back in the mid-1980s. To be specific, in 1985, he was created by Nintendo designer and producer, the legend himself, Shigeru Miyamoto. He envisioned Bowser as an ox, based on the Ox King from the popular Japanese animated film named Alakazam the Great. However, another Nintendo designer by the name of Takashi Tezuka pointed out that the character looked more like a turtle than an ox. Just look at this first known concept of Bowser. It just looks like a normal Koopa. So they both redesigned the King of the Koopas, and in their final design, Miyamoto commented that he could make Bowser look cool now. Now, when it came to the name, Miyamoto named him Diamao Koopa, which is a Japanese name for Korean dish. He also considered the names Yuki and Bibimbap, which is other Japanese name for Korean dishes. Then, on the later North American release of the video game, they introduced Koopa, the character, and named him Bowser. And he featured in almost all Mario games, except Super Mario Land, the Paper Mario series, and the Mario and Luigi series. Now, when it came to movies, they had a critical and commercial failure of the 1993 Super Mario Bros. Film adaptation.
They're brothers. They're plumbers.
So Nintendo became wary of licensing its property for film adaptations. So according to Miyamoto, the creator of Mario, the idea for the new Mario film came from bringing their older games to the virtual console and other services. In other words, add them to the modern Nintendo services. For years, Sony Pictures wanted to secure rights to make the Mario film. Due to factors, the deal didn't go through. Then came Nintendo's work with Universal Parks and Resorts to create Mario-based attractions, later resulting in Super Nintendo World. Miyamoto met Melandandri, the founder of Illumination Animation Division, and he found out that Melandandri's creative process is similar to his and felt that he would be the perfect lead for the film. In January 2018, Nintendo announced that the film will go ahead, with Miyamoto and Melandandri co-producing the movie. So they hired 2 directors for the film by the name of Aaron Horvath and Michael Jelenic, the creators of Teen Titan Go. And the script was written by Matthew Fogel, who also worked on Minions: The Rise of Gru. I'm not here to talk about the entire film, I'm here to talk about Bowser. According to the script, Bowser was written to be the main villain, Mario's arch nemesis. He was merciless and actually vulnerable and funny.
Come out of his shell.
His biggest motivation was power and simping for Princess Peaches. It made the character stand out without being out of touch from the video game version of the character. We established that Miyamoto designed the characters, as we saw from the concept sketches. However, there is a man named Yoichi Kotabi, who is a Japanese animation artist and a former Nintendo employee. He was the primary artist on the Super Mario franchise back in the day, and he was responsible for drawing much of the 2D promotional artworks and refined many of Shigeru's early sketches into the character's definitive designs we know today. Although it was in 2D, but it evolved into 3D with time. Although he was much more known for doing 2D artworks, but his designs constantly evolved into 3D characters we know today. So here are the final physical features of Bowser. Although it comes in different colors according to each game, but these are the official physical features of Bowser. He has a large spiked turtle shell, horns, and a draconic muzzle with fangs, taloned fingers, 3 clawed toes on each foot, red eyes, red hair and eyebrows, and he had immense physical strength, which is visible to the physical feature because it looks huge. And lastly, he's more than 10 feet too. Now, with all these physical attributes, he needed a voice to go with it. So during production, they hired a ton of celebrity actors to voice different kind of characters in the movie. Some received criticism, like Chris Pratt for voicing Mario. However, when it came to Bowser, they chose the perfect match for the character because they chose Jack Black, who has a wide range of voice acting styles, as he is well known for voicing Paul in the Kung Fu Panda franchise. Personally, I didn't know that Jack Black was voicing Bowser until I started watching behind the scenes stuff, cause he gave Bowser that greedy tone in the voice.
Hey, Mario! I'm coming for you, man! Oh, I'm sorry! Did I ruin your day? I'll eat you up.
While leaving room for comedic timing when it's needed. And here's a fun fact. Jack Black co-wrote the song Peaches, wherein Bowser professes his love for Princess Peach. The song was made alongside the directors and editor Eric Osmond and song producer John Spiker. It was Black's idea for Bowser to perform the love song, and the song really stood out. Now, the animation. Animation of the film was done by Illumination Studios Paris in France. Production began in September 2020, in other words in 2020 during the apocalypse, the COVID apocalypse, and ended in October 2022, while post-production ended in 2023. The studio updated their lighting and rendering technology for this particular film, and they focused more on 3D realism, Jago-styled animation. However, there were moments of cartoony fun with a lot of adventure. So, according to the directors, they realized that Bowser is ruthless and does kill. So, characters can die in the movie. So they made sure characters are not squishy and super stretchy. So they made sure to use consistent volume on the characters to make them feel more grounded. And in other instances, according to the directors again, it took months to complete the rainbow chase scene, because the rainbow itself was just a visual effect, and every shot of it had to go through visual effects department, which was time consuming. And lastly, the director's vision for the character Bowser, or the movie itself. They aimed to make the Mario Brothers origin story and wanted it to be the perfect adaptation of the video game version. But they changed up some things in the plot, as they interchanged Bowser capturing the princess in the video game to Luigi being captured by Bowser. That's why I noticed that Luigi looked weak overall in the movie, because they thought the plot was too straightforward. So they took inspiration from Super Mario 3D World 2013, because Peach was playable in that game, because they wanted to have that strong leader of the Mushroom Kingdom. Now, lastly, when it came to Bowser, they decided to make the character scary, but the other side vulnerable and unintentionally funny.
I guess love really makes a guy come out of his shell. I told you that line wouldn't work.
With that said, I believe Bowser was the center of the entire movie, and I believe he will return. That's if they make a sequel.
The film will arrive on April 3rd, 2026 in the US and many other markets globally.
And finally, I'm done sketching, and these Coopers on the sides were hard to sketch. So let me know how you think about the sketch in the comment section below. And see you in the next Villain Forge episode.